Welcome to Lesson 2, Comparing and Ordering Fractions. In this lesson, you are going to decide how to put fractions in a specific order, like from smallest to biggest or from biggest to smallest. Let's start off with an example. Actually, before we do, you know that there are two ways to write fractions. One way is to write 5/6 like this, but all that means is 5/6 like this. So if you see a fraction written 5/ another number, it's the same thing as the first number being the numerator, the number on top, and the second number being the denominator, the number on the bottom. It's just usually if you're typing on a computer, you're going to write your fraction like this because you can't really type it like this on a computer. All right, let's get to our example. So here we have 6 different fractions. You probably noticed that they all have the same denominator of 6. I'll pause the video and we'll see if you can put them in the correct order from smallest to biggest. So the smallest amount to the biggest amount. So there you are. There are the fractions from order, in the order from smallest to biggest. You can see the pictures above show how as the numerators, the top number gets bigger, how you have more of the pizza or of the pie. 1/6 is the smallest over here. You only have 1 out of 6 pieces, and 6/6 is the largest one. You have all 6 pieces. You have the whole thing. So it's pretty easy to put fractions in order when all the denominators are the same. Let's look at some examples where the denominators are not the same. Okay, let's look at another example. Here we have 3 different fractions, and the first thing you'll notice is that the denominators are different in each case. So you can't tell which one's the smallest, which one's the biggest, just by looking at them like in the previous example. So let's use a tool to help us out. So here we've identified 2/3. That's how big 2/3 is. Here we have 6/8 along here. And finally we have 4/7 over here. So now we can easily tell that 6/8 is the largest fraction because it's the longest strip. 2/3 is the next smallest fraction. It's the middle one. And the shortest, or the smallest fraction, because it has the shortest strip, is 4/7. So now that we can see them in front of us on our equivalent fraction chart, all we have to do is put them in the right order. We separate them with commas and voila, we're done. Let's look at one more strategy we can use for ordering fractions. You may know that fractions can be turned into percentages. When you get a mark back on a test, it's usually a fraction. You got 20 out of 25 correct. That's a fraction. And along with that, you get a percentage. So if we turn these fractions into percentages, we'll be able to see which one's the smallest and which one's the biggest, which one's in the middle. So to do that, you simply take your calculator. A fraction, by the way, is a division question. 4/7 is the same as 4 divided by 7. That's right. 4 divided by 7, not 7 divided by 4. It's the first number divided by the second number. So when you punch that into your calculator, you get a decimal. So it might look a little bit scary on your calculator. You multiply that by 100. And what we get is 57.14285714, but you don't have to worry about all the decimals here. 57%. 2/3 means 2 divided by 3. So if I punch that into my calculator, 2 divided by 3, and then I multiply by 100, I get 66.6666, so I'll just round it up to 67%. And if I do 6 divided by 8, I get, times 100 of course, 75%. So now it's really easy to tell that 4/7 is the smallest because it is the smallest percentage. 2/3 is next smallest because it is the next smallest percentage, 67%. And finally, the largest one being 75% is 6/8. So another strategy you can use for ordering fractions is by turning them into percentages. So in today's lesson, you learned that you can order fractions from smallest to biggest by using a couple of strategies. You can use your equivalent fraction chart to figure out how big the fraction is, so how long that strip of paper is. And once you have all the fractions you're being asked to order, you can easily tell which one's smallest, which one's biggest. You can also use your calculator to help you out. Now that you know that a fraction is a division question, you could simply take your fraction, divide the numerator by the denominator, so the top number by the bottom number, times 100. Don't forget that part. There we go. And then you get a percentage. And once you have your percentages, it's real easy to put them in order. The smallest number for the percentages is the smallest fraction, and the largest percentage is the largest fraction. So have fun comparing and ordering fractions. Watch the video again and ask your teacher for help if you need it.